Hello, Meow.
Oh, meow.
And welcome back to the channel.
I'm Shiv.
And I'm Electro.
And we are
Shift Roll Art.
Oh.
And we hope you guys enjoy today's video.
And don't forget to like it, Susan.
And let us know what you think.
I heard there's a comment section.
And with that, let today's video begin.
Hey guys, before we get started,
We were thinking about maybe doing some shirts.
so let us know in the comment section if you'd be interested in something like that.
Yeah, so that way we can possibly open up our own merch store. Thanks for listening. Hello.
Hi.
And welcome back. Today we're doing part 2 for your birthday present.
For Shiv's birthday. Yes.
Okay, so you guys, if you remember watching part 1, we started Zoe, we coloured her and drew her and all that stuff.
Yes.
So to start off with this one, we've got to do the shading, of course.
Yes.
So the shading is pretty straightforward. So, it's just the burn and dodge, that whole treatment and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, and I had a lot of preferences with the hair because I'm a hair person, not like a creepy, scary monster. I wish. But like, I wanted really dark purple roots, and I really only wanted the ends to be like a violet color.
Yep.
And then the midlands to be more of like that bright, vibrant purple. Because that's cool.
Very good.
And also, like with the dress, when you first shaded it, it looked kind of pinky.
Yeah, it's like a very candy, bright red.
Yeah, and you like that, but I was like, I like velvet, like red velvet, like scarlet red kind of thing, because that's like awesome and stuff.
Yeah.
And you changed it to that afterwards, and I just keep on looking at the dress, like, it's amazing. It's like my favorite part, just the velvet part. Like the rest is great too.
Yeah,
Pat.
thanks.
But like, I just love the dress.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Good job. I wanted you to put lots and lots of detail into this, and with the shading and everything coming together with it, I think all the details work perfectly. I love the little vials and the little packaging things, the spells that she does. Great.
Yep.
Good.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you so much. So you the whole time were like, more detail, as much detail as possible. And there's a second part to this picture, which you guys will see soon. So better watch it. Oh, come on. It's long. I know it's 30 minutes, but it's worth it.
Yeah, I think before that you said it was like one of the longest videos ever, and you had to condense it into half an hour.
Yeah, so we're gonna release like a sketch video of the second part tomorrow or something, whenever we have time to upload it. But for this one, it's just coloring and shading.
Yeah, you pretty much had to gut out all of the shading for... not the shading, the sketches, and most of the actual hard work you put into it.
Yeah.
But you put the, cool stuff still.
Yeah, hopefully the more entertaining stuff. But yeah, so there's like 30 or 40 hours of like footage all up, and I had to try and get it down to half an hour, and I was like, this is like impossible. How do people do this? Like, there's those challenges I've seen where it's like 24 hours. I'm like, how do you fit 24 hours worth of into like a 10-minute video? I could not. I'm like, I spent so much time on this. I just couldn't. It's like, So yeah, so the second part's so good. But yeah, so lots of detail, and for the longest time you're like, add more detail, add as much as you can, and I'm like, I'm gonna cry. Because when I was thinking about the second part, I was like, there's gonna be so much to that, and oh my god, like the shading for that. Okay, we'll talk about it when it comes up, but yes. But yes, at the end of it, when it was all shaded and stuff, it looks amazing. I really like how everything turned out, especially with all the features being so elongated and stuff like that. It was just really weird for me to do.
And you did like some weird makeup too, didn't you? Like glitter stuff.
Yeah. After doing the Jeffree Star thing, when I played around with makeup, I'm still playing around with makeup on this. So I did like one version of makeup, and I was like, that just is a bit too much. I think I went too crazy with it.
I think like you painted up to past the eyebrows, and I was like, it looks a little bit 80s, but in a horrible way. And you're like, yeah, I think I'll just do like very low, small amount under the eyes instead of just going crazy.
Yeah. So then I dimmed it down a bit, took it down a few notches, and then it looked nice. It looked a bit like smoky and seductress-y, because she's kind of like, ooh, yeah, I think. But yeah, so that was the makeup. The hair was probably the hardest part to try and blend everything out, but still have
It was a lot lighter on the ends to begin with, but then when you did the shading to try and do like reflex on the hair, you had to darken the hair. And I think a bit more saturation into it too, didn't you?
Yeah, no, it was just like a lot of playing around. Like at one point the ends were white and then like, I don't want them white, I want them like slightly colored still. And I was just like, the gradient, I don't know, it was just hard to try and figure out. And
Yeah. It was pretty much because you thought I wanted like white on the ends, and I was just like, just a bit of violet on the very ends.
Yeah.
So I think the shading that you see now is not really the end result, because after we record everything and the process and what we get there, we kind of like control U it, and then we go up and down with like the saturation as well as the lightness and darkness.
Yeah, so it's like all these little tweaks and adjustments that we do afterwards, because usually we record and then we stop, and then it's like a day or two later when we come back to it to do more.
Does that still look good? Does it
Yeah,
not?
I like this so many times, like, nope, that's terrible, that's terrible, that's terrible.
Like one of the
Delete.
pictures you did, you had an arm position, and then the finished result, the arm was completely different, and it was holding something.
Yeah, exactly. Like sometimes I'd even spend like 3 hours drawing a hairstyle, come back the next day, I'm like, nope, go on, delete.
Nah.
I hate it.
Doesn't really fit in.
It's just the thing, like, you know, you come back to a picture sometimes and you're just like, oh, that looks a bit weird, and then you fix it up and then you're like, wow, that looks so cool.
Well, that's how I am with some of the pictures. I'm like, does the hair still suit it? Like, I went back to the Jeffree Star one, and I was just like, do I still like the hair on it? Do I want to give him a bob? Do I want to like do different hairstyles, like interchangeable? Just cut out the hair and just put a different wig on each day.
Yeah. So if you guys haven't watched the first part, go check it out. There'll be links in the description or at the end of the video. And there's that eye thing, but I don't know how to use it, so we'll figure that out as well.
Yeah.
And yes.
Then we'll go into the next part.
Yeah, we'll see you guys.
Yeah.
Bye. We'll see you in about like 5 minutes or so.
This is our
Dragon!
Yeah! Zoe has a pet dragon named Phoebe. So what I wanted to do was Zoe got a lot bigger and more massive with all the power that's been funneled into her. And in the game, Zoe funnels her magic through her dragon. So I was like, if Zoe got so powerful, huge, elongated and stuff like that, then Phoebe is going to be like god level dragon.
Yeah.
So we were like, should we do a dragon with no arms and the wings with legs? Should we do a serpent dragon? Or should we do one of those cliche dragons with the 4 legs and the wings coming out the back?
Yes, and I was kind of like, well, I've never actually drawn a dragon before, so I don't know. And that was very much this whole process for this dragon. It's like, I don't know. I'm just going to wing it, and then we'll see what happens, and then...
You combine 2 dragons together, the serpent and the one with the wing arms things.
Yeah, because I was like, I can do that. I can try and do that.
And I was like, okay, so Phoebe, if you don't know, look up pictures and stuff. We didn't really put them in the Photoshop thing because we didn't know if we could with like
other
copyright.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a bit iffy. If you want to know, go look it up. It's Orcs Must Die, ! Unchained, Zoe and Phoebe.
Yeah, so Phoebe has the underwing thing though, so you still added that in, and then you added the serpent part, and I love serpent dragons. I'm like, serpent dragons are the prettiest. Now, did you want to talk about the armor plating?
Okay, so we'll just talk about the dragon, the whole process. Okay, so I start off with the face, because it's like, I think that would be the best part to join and start off with and then just work my way down slowly.
Yeah.
So I kind of did it in segments. I started off with the head, then the neck, and then the arm, and then the wing, and then the rest of the body. Because it was just a serpent, so I was like, that's the easiest part, I can't wait.
Didn't you start with like the composition of it all? Like you drew like wavy lines around it where it wanted to flow around her?
Yeah, so that was it. And the shape of it changed a lot too, because I resized the canvas and stuff, because I don't like where it's sitting, or he was overlapping her dress and stuff, so I was like, oh.
Yeah, you can see there's a massive gap, and we fully intended for her to stay in the center of that, but it kind of flowed a little bit better for her hair to slightly be over that part of the dragon where his stomach comes around, if you can tell where a serpent's stomach is.
Yeah. So basically, the horns I started off with, and the face, I was just like, I like horns, I like putting horns on my characters, so I'm like, it's a dragon, I can go nuts, go crazy with it. So I gave him 50 horns to start off with, and then when it came to coloring him in, I was like, it looks terrible. every time you hit the color with it, I'm like, it looks terrible.
And also with the coloring, we changed the colors about 100 times before recording. We did samples and everything like that. And then when you saw me coloring it just then, it was my favorite colors because I thought they would look great, but we both really didn't like it. We inverted the colors. We did this effect with the red and purple where we put a white layer over the top of it and then overlaid it, and it made the colors a lot more bright.
Yeah. And then we're just like, we don't know.
Oh, also, see the energy coming out of the top of the dragon, the flamey things? Phoebe herself has switches in between 4 different powers. So when she does, her colors actually change of her body.
Yeah.
So we wanted to have that as a kind of light, but have all of them at once. And she had more, so it's a rainbow effect of all of the actual different powers: earth, fire, wind, water, electricity, metal, whatever she wants, cosmic reality powers.
Everything. And then as well, I forgot, I was going to say something. Okay, bear with me guys, I just got to think for 2 seconds. So that was that, and then also the textures to go with it. I did this blocky armor stuff inside of it to just give it more texture, because I was like, I don't know what to do because I've never done this.
Is that the top thing?
Yeah, they're those big, I don't know how to describe it. They're armor plating.
Oh, well, I actually thought those were the underbelly type thing the whole time. I was like, those are the, squishy underpart of a dragon. And I'm like, why are they on top? Did you forget where they go? And you're like, no, they're actually supposed to be massive armor plates on top of it. They're supposed to be made out of metal or something. And I was like, oh, so there's the small scales that are softer, and then there's the big armor plated that's a lot harder. I'm like, damn, that's good. I like that.
Yeah. Yes, and I was just like, well, realistically, I was just trying to look for another texture to use. I just fudged it. I was like, yeah, that would go. And then, oh my god.
The underbelly looks amazing.
Yes, the underbelly, I must admit, I did copy and paste it a lot to try and keep it all the same, because trying to figure all this out by doing them all individual, I was like, nah, this is not gonna happen.
Especially with all the angles.
And then, okay, with the scales, there's like a whole montage of me drawing scales for like 6 hours. I swear.
There wasn't any copy and pasting with the scales at all. You literally did them all by hand. I was like, you're insane. I would have just like done a template, even if it didn't look rounded.
Yeah.
I would have still just copy and paste. If someone was like, oh, it doesn't look round enough, I'm like, you draw it then.
But no, so I sat there and I drew them all individually so they'd fit into each of the parts and make it actually look like it's flowed with the dragon. And I'm like, I hate myself. Why do I do this to myself? I'm just like...
When you did them, I was like, I really hope you did that on a layer, because I'm not coloring that in. And you're like, I definitely did. I'm like, oh, great, cool.
I already thought about that. I'm like, yeah, we're not going to go there. And then as well as... what else is there? Then there's like all the magic textures and stuff going through it, and that was fun to do. I was like...
Not fun to highlight, to color in. Oh my god, it was so annoying. You're like, you missed this part, you missed this part, you missed this part. I'm like, you can get that when you're shading.
It happens a lot. Yeah, so I'm so terrible at that. And then it just was a long project. There's so much to that we could talk about. It would probably bore the absolute everything out of you guys, but it was just a lot.
As well as, like, did you mention the lining that is also rainbow-ish?
Through the dragon?
Yes.
That's what I was just talking about.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So there's that, and then the shading on the metal armor plates as well was a pain. My hand was so sore.
Yeah, you were like, oh, my hand's so sore, can I have tomorrow off? And I'm like, yeah, that's game.
So we did that for like 2 days.
Tomorrow, next day, do I have to go back to work? Yes.
Yes. And then I was like, I'm almost done. And then I would zoom out and notice that there's like still half the dragon to go. And I'm like, there was a lot of tears, a lot of sweat, a lot of everything put into this, and I absolutely love it.
Yeah. We're actually going to print this out. Like,
and put it on the wall.
Yeah, we haven't actually printed out one since last year?
Last year,
yeah.
For your birthday last year. So the next one on the wall is this year's present.
Yeah, I'm thinking like the last one cost like, what, $170 or $270?
I think it was like 120.
Oh, well, I'm completely
Because we
wrong.
went to Kmart and they're cheap and they're like,
yeah. Well, I'm thinking we get one like triple the size and just cover the wall with this one.
I totally want to do that. Like, I totally want to find a place where you can print your pictures out like the size of a billboard and just hang it up on one of our walls so the whole wall is a picture.
You could just paint the wall.
I can't paint.
I could paint. I know how to use a paintbrush. I've used one on Photoshop.
Yeah, you can go up and down with it, but you don't know how to paint.
That's a roller.
Okay, so yeah. So there's lots into this. All the textures, the colors, everything. It was really hard. Like, you'd think if you're doing a rainbow picture, all the rainbow colors would be a lot easier to color because you could just do whatever color.
Oh, we used so many overlays with that. We were like, no, that doesn't look good in that area, but it looks fantastic there. And then we did like multiple different types of rainbows effects on them, and then overlaid them, and then did like linear light or something.
Yeah, there's heaps. It's like pen light, linear light, color dodge, multiply, darken, blah, blah.
But it's like wherever it went green, we're like, yuck. And wherever it went like blue, purple, and pink, we're like, oh, that looks really nice. Yes. And then it would like fade out to green, and we're like, oh, this part of the dragon looks terrible.
So we minimalized the amount of green in it just because, you know.
It's all the way up the top in the left-hand corner.
Yeah. So that was that. And then, you know, but then the other colors for the dragon was so hard to try and make them still stand out but blend in at the same time with all the rainbow effects.
That's exactly it. That's why we changed it so many times. Like the white on a dragon, the armor pieces that you're talking about changed to black after this.
Yeah, they're black. So.
Yeah, because it was like everything had to suit in, and even the lining that we turned rainbow as well, we tried to make that the opposite rainbow than the mohawk part of the dragon. So that way when it actually came next to it, it wouldn't just blend in and fade away.
Yeah. It just makes me appreciate these people that do all those pictures with like every single color and it still looks good. Because with this, I was like, there's so many colors, I don't know what to do with it.
Oh, we also didn't know if the dragon and the chick,
Zoe, that one.
Zoe, yes, would actually fit in the picture together. We're like, I'm scared at the start that she would overshadow the dragon,
Or
and
the
then
dragon will overshadow her.
when we put the rainbows in, we're like, it's definitely going to overshadow. And then at the end, when it came together, we're like, oh, this is so amazing.
I'm so happy. I'm gonna cry so much, yes, but so that was that. And then I worked on like a little background and stuff. I tried doing like perspective.
Yeah, like you were like, what should I do for the background? And I was just like, maybe do a castle because they're all in castles in the game. So I was like, do her on the top of the castle where it's got like that crown like thingamajiggies.
Yeah, you guys will see, hopefully.
Yeah, and then you added like some effects with like moss and stuff like that.
Yeah, I went all out. Like, oh yeah, let's add some moss and some grass
and
some, like
some shine marks of it.
Reflection colors. But I didn't really do any reflection colors on her because I was just like,
didn't want to stuff it up.
Yeah, and I'm like, I spent too much time on this. I'm so gonna, it's gonna look silly afterwards. So I didn't.
But you did them on the ground and you did them in the cracks of the building, and then you like did some rock effects on it as well. It just great. Thank you for the present. It's amazing.
You're welcome. Happy birthday.
I can't wait for next year. I want something 10 times bigger. I want these things to be like, small in the picture in comparison.
I'm going into early retirement. Hi guys. Well, I think that is just about everything. Yep.
I'm sold.
I'm cool. Yep. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know it's a bit of a mess, but we are fudging these voiceovers too, just like everything.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. We hope you guys enjoy. Stick around to the end of the video, and don't forget to like
and subscribe. And our little emoticons are at the end, and they're talking and stuff.
Yeah, and click that bell.
Yeah.
So you can stay updated whenever we post stuff.
I'm pretty sure our emoticons say that.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. But I'm just reiterating, we can do that. Yeah. We're trying to make content here. Repeat. So yeah, we'll see you guys. We'll upload the sketch video if you guys are interested tomorrow or the day after. It depends when we have the time. And we'll see you then.
Bye.
Bye. that is the end result.
What do you think of how it turned out?
We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below.
And while you're down there, hit that subscribe button.
And join the hundreds of other Meow Maos today.
And don't forget to click one of those links up in here.
And go binge watch it like Catflix and Meow.
We welcome all of you to the kittydom.
Bye, Meow.
Mao.